Finish him! Get over here!
Yo, what's up guys? Scorpion here, professional gaming coach and former professional competitive player. How you guys are doing? Hope you guys are doing well. So this is going to be another very high level match that again just happened to be played on pubs as well. These guys are definitely a squad.
Spingerci a sopravvivere.
I'm
Il
playing
dolore e la
the best build
sofferenza possono reprimere questo istinto.
for Alex here.
Lo scopriremo presto.
Now this was a very interesting match. Now I think it's a good example as well, like how you should actually go about playing this build, because if you play this build is like by far the strongest, but if you don't play it properly, you can totally lose with this build.
La gioia del
So in this video I actually do make some mistakes, so it's good to I'll be able to point them out to you guys. So if you're trying this build, I mean, you're not gonna make the same mistakes.
Bravi, ma non servirà.
So I see they don't have a Tyrone. Like against this build, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's like any particular counter, but you know, Val and Jen are always very helpful. So, but you know, there's a lot of creatures, so I don't know. Maybe Tyrone would be a little better than Jill here for them. Martin is definitely a good pick for this build as well, because there's so many creatures you can like keep flashlighting them. So he's definitely a good pick here. But it would be harder if they had a Tyrone instead of a Jill, I would say. Maybe not though, because Jill also has the rocket launcher, so that can help a lot as well. But you know, it does take a long time to charge. Yeah, I guess not too bad. She does have her advantages. So see, it's all about this build is meant to be like an area 3 build. You're not really kind of supposed to win earlier than that, even though you can. It really just depends how you play and how the survivor plays, if you're gonna win before that or not. Like one thing I do not want to do, usually you can kind of see me doing that though, is you do not want to spam creatures like that. You really just want to only spawn the creatures that you actually need, you know. Like in this case, I'm spawning a lot of creatures because, you know, it's more fun that way, and I'm pretty much kind of guaranteed that you're gonna win an area 3 with this build. So, and you can see I'm using I use the dogs and the crawlers too, because they usually get ignored, so they spread out the infection a lot. As you can see, everyone's infected, which is all you want them to be running around level 3, because they're gonna be coughing every like 9 seconds, I think 7-9 seconds. They're gonna be coughing, and you're gonna be getting those 5 seconds. So the timer is going to run out very fast. Now this is a huge counter as well. When Jen uses her increased cost. That's a huge counter, but that's still any mastermind really. I feel like it's pretty overpowered, that power. You used to be able to avoid it with the shield, but now that does change that. So now you actually cannot avoid this power. Whenever she uses that, you're essentially 15 seconds. You cannot use any card because it's so expensive. You're like useless for 15 seconds, which is way too much considering you cannot do anything. Like, it's way too much. I think it's broken because the survivors can easily do like an entire objective in 15 seconds. So you know, I don't think anything should be guaranteed. You know, they should have to fight for it. So the fact that it eliminates your fighting back, I think it's broken. But again, it used to be fine because you used to be able to counter that with the shield. So you use the shield, and the increased cost would not affect you. So it would be kind of balanced in that way. Like, it was very strong, but you had ways to avoid it. You know. Now it's just like you have to eat it. And you can't do anything about it. So I don't think that's proper. And you see why Val is very important against this build, because she can heal the infection. If you don't have a Val to heal the infection like this, I mean. You can see the timer as well, how they were like at 4 minutes or 3 minutes, they're already down to 1.5 minutes, just because of all that infection. But because Val just healed them, you know, the timer just kind of stops. And you kind of have to, you know, you kind of get set back and you have to do it all over again. And you see Jan is already here, like camping my cameras for when they come back, which is pretty smart. I'm trying to spawn a creature here, but it takes so long for him to get up. And this is where Markin is really good. He can just like stun the creatures, so it does help in avoiding the infection. And usually, if it takes so long, you'll be able to get the plant with TVO before they get to the door there. Yeah, and see what I mean? That's why she's good. She has the rocket launcher will be very good against this build because it's so heavy creature based, you know. Something as well. Anytime they release your grab like that, you can still grab them again, guaranteed. So it just keeps like, I don't know why. There's no point in shooting it, I think, because you know, even if you release the survivor, he can still get grabbed again. So you're essentially just wasting your ammo as survivor. Yeah. Although if you kill the plant, then yeah, it's worth it. But if you're not gonna kill the plant, just shooting it like that and releasing him, you're kind of just buying time, I guess. But at the same time, not really, because she doesn't waste her time on the clock when she's doing the grabbing animation. And you can see they're heavy. In fact, I'm trying to get Contagion here. There you go. See 20 seconds from that. It's crazy. Another 20 seconds here if I use that again. I don't know why I didn't use that, but if I use the Contagion again there, it would have been another 20 seconds left to clock. Now they're already healed, so I guess I didn't realize they were still. All four of them were still infected. So you can tell that was one mistake right there already. Just lost 20 seconds. But yeah, usually like for every creature that you spawn, you should at least like get someone infected, at least one person, because otherwise you're kind of just helping them beat you. You know, because you know, it's all about the time. So like, because the creature gets them 5 seconds, but if you're at least infecting them, you're guaranteeing those 5 seconds back. However, they're still going to be losing those 5 seconds over time, okay, from the infection, so you're winning. If you can get them infected as well as hit them or bite them, then that's even better. You know, because you're going to get way more than 5 seconds out of the creature. That's usually how you want to go about playing. Like you see right now, like I have no reason to spawn more creatures here. Just maybe 2 creatures max per door would be more than enough. If you keep spawning more than that, they're just gonna gain too much time out of it, you know. And you know, even though it's an Area 3 build, you still want to reduce their time as much as you can, so that when they do get to Area 3, they're gonna have the least amount of time, you know, possible, if you know what I mean. Which is gonna help you win, obviously. So you see, the timer is pretty good so far, like 2 minutes, and all because of the infection. This is a good idea as well if you spawn the creatures behind them, as they are focusing on the creatures in front of them. No, I already made the video I made on this build is called Contagion Apocalypse, I believe. I already made a video on this build if you guys want to watch it. It is the version that I'm using here as well. You could try having modified gear as well in this build to make the syringe and the gun set up a little faster if you want to. See, 1 minute and a half already. I should probably use the plant right here. I hope I don't mistake that. I don't fully remember how I played this game, but I remember making somewhat a lot of mistakes. And you can see right there they are Val healing them again. So I was about to use my Contagion, now I cannot because of Val. I'm showing the cameras as well, which is pretty smart. Oh, and you see right there USB. USB kind of breaks the game for every Mastermind. And you see he was able to do the thing and leave before I could even like use the tentacle. It's so stupid how broken it is. It's way too fast. It should not be that fast. It's just broken. You know, it's like an objective for 1 second. You know, 1 second worth of objective. That's just not right. I have no idea how the devs allow that, but the USB should definitely be nerfed. There's no way it should be only 1 second for doing objective. And as well as Martin, Jill, and Tyrone are the best survivors for playing the USB meta here. So you can see like they're already losing the match, but because they gain so much time for doing the objective, it's like, you know. So that was kind of another mistake. I should have used the plant much earlier there. But you know, the fact that I didn't use it, it kind of fucks me up. And you see again the increased cost
Davvero
of Jill.
inaspettato.
Sorry, Jen.
Un
Kind of
molto
breaking
bene.
as well. Like I could totally cannot defend that objective just because of her power. So it's essentially free for them. I can't do anything about it. Which again, I don't think it should be that way. It's kind of broken. They shouldn't get objectives for free like that. Like 1 second objectives, that you cannot defend the objectives. So many things combined together. I think it's kind of way too much. Kind of breaks the balance a little bit. But it's fine because you know it's an area 3 build. But you can see without those like really kind of strong, to my opinion, broken stuff, they would not have made it even past area 2 here. So yeah, they had like 1 minute. Now they're at 5 minutes because of that.
Frequenza cardiaca e pressione
USB
elevate, ma non ci
USB
sono
just
picchi di
breaks the entire
adrenalina
area 2, I
rilevanti.
think. This map is actually pretty good. One of the best maps for Mastermind regarding area. I think it's probably the best map for area 3 regarding Mastermind. But you can tell I made like 2 very
Molto
crucial
bene.
mistakes already, I think.
Qualche piccola modifica renderà
Like
le
not using the
cose più
20 seconds there
interessanti.
once. The plant, just totally wasted the plant on area 2 there. So those are a few mistakes on my part already. Now, usually here, when it gets to area 2 like this, with this build, you kind of don't have to worry too much about, like, you can just spam the creatures as much as you want, because it's usually kind of impossible to avoid, unless they start. The best thing they can do is really shoot your cameras here, as you can see they are doing. So you want to make sure you spawn creatures nearby Jan and things like that, because they're going to be just standing there shooting your cameras, so they're usually going to be ignoring the creatures, so they're going to get hit from them. You need to get the pressure. Now this is something that was really annoying me. You can see I keep getting everything that I cannot use. I keep getting cards for with the RNG. It's like so annoying. Like I keep getting like syringes, the weapon. I keep getting dogs, creatures that are not infected. I would keep getting them over and over again. And I would never get like these ones that are already infected for whatever reason. So this is a good use of the plant here. So you see, when I'm doing the grabby animation like this, the hurt time on the clock does not go down. So they can't, you know, she's essentially gonna last forever there. And meanwhile, you can see the other creatures are still attacking them while I'm doing all of this, and they're focusing on saving Martin. Another Molotov there. So I think that's 2 Molotovs from Jen. She's probably playing a discount build to be able to, you know, she never runs out of ammo. She has like 3. That was 3rd Molotov.
Non è quello che mi aspettavo.
So for sure she gotta be using. And you see what I mean? Like right there, I got the gun and the syringe are the same thing. It's so annoying. Like it just keeps giving me random RNG cards that I cannot use, and it keeps repeating them as well. And you see her powered again. So now I have 15 seconds. I cannot do anything. So my best bet is really to control the creature here while the timer is running out. There you go. Now I can start spawning things again. And she's shooting my cameras, which is again, like I mentioned, is the best strategy you can do against this build. Is really just shoot your camera. So you gotta make sure you you know you have the creatures around, but when they get to destroy your cameras, because you know otherwise you're just there without any defense whatsoever. Now obviously it's better when they have to when they have 2 cameras watch the core. I don't know how they're not. The other ones are not getting infected. They're not really inside the room. Jill and Val, so they're not getting infected. But one thing I should be doing here, I could be doing better as well, is spawning. You gotta really spread out the creatures when you're playing this build. Like you want to spawn the creatures everywhere in the room, not in the same spot, because then they cannot avoid the auras, and they're constantly gonna be getting infected. Okay. So like right now, I should be spawning that closer to the door right there. I should be getting some creatures there. So you see, I placed the. You see, this is what I should be doing before. You see, like spawning the creatures here. This is where very crucial. And you see again, like I keep getting the dogs over and over again. It's so annoying. Like I just want to infect the creature. Like, RNG just keeps giving me everything I don't need. So you see, they cannot avoid. You see how I'm spawning the creatures all the way in the back there. So they, no matter where they go, they cannot avoid the aura, and they're gonna get infected. And then I can use Contagion on them. It does look like they're still using the You have a lot of blue herbs, so they're still able to heal themselves. and I can use Contagion as much on them there. However, they're gonna be running out of green herbs soon because you know, Contagion takes a lot of damage out of, does a lot of damage to the health.
Totalmente inaspettato.
But yeah, but the strategy usually when it gets to area 3 like this, you can, it's unlike the other area 1 and 2. Like I said, you should be conservative about your creature spawn. This is not that case. When it comes to area 3, you should really overwhelm them as much as you can. And just spread the creatures out to everywhere on the map. You see, like I have they're all very spread out because you need to get them infected. This gun right here helps a lot. Not just with downing them, but also with getting the a few energy back. You know. The crawlers also, if they try to run past the crawlers, usually they get grabbed. You see I'm spawning right there behind the. Somehow I don't know how. I guess they just have a lot of blue airs, but they just constantly taking the infection away. Like constantly. Usually, I never really played a match before where the survivor had this many resources. But I feel like it's probably, like I mentioned, the Jan. The Jan is probably using a very heavy discount build. And she keeps buying. She's probably the one actually literally buying them stuff for the others.
Voi non potete nulla contro la mia forza.
And again, like trying to move. You see Martin as well with the mines there helps a lot. He's also happened to be using the shock mine, which is the best one for countering, you know, creatures. And you see they're constantly shooting my cameras as well. That makes it. And there goes Val again with the. Taking the infection away on top of all the blue herbs they're already using. Oh, and you still have Jan with the increased cost, you know, which makes it really hard. Because I can't defend anything with increased cost active. I love when the dogs grab them. Let's see, they're gonna run out of green herbs. They have to run out soon, I mean, because they're taking way too much damage from the Contagion here. And see again, I don't know what happened with this game, but honestly, man, I need to count how many dogs I got. It just makes no sense how many dogs I was getting on my RNG cards. It's like the game wanted to fuck me up somehow. God. So yeah, this is another stupid point here, but I guess it is my mistake in a way. Like so far, I didn't really make many mistakes, but. Like right here, this is kind of just the game's fault, I guess, because you see there's no camera there outside of the doorway because it's just, you know, quote unquote safe room. There's a chest there, so I cannot see them on the other side of the doorway there. This is the only angle that I could find where I actually have you know, an angle there so I can spawn things. And you see you can also combine Contagion with the gun. That's really good as well, because you see I got so much energy from that gun usage. You know, it just allows me to. You see, this is the only way you can spawn creatures there. Is when the door is open like this. So that's gonna help spread the infection there. And you can see, I'm noticing on the map there. You can tell the valve is just kind of near the exit there, kind of just waiting for them to break the core so that she can like activate the timer there. Now the plan is gone, so. Watavio, so we're gonna have to use something else here. Now if I can, I should be able to down Martin here. This is something you want to time as well. You always want to use the Contagion, combine it with other stuff, which I guess it was one of the mistakes I did. You can tell that every time so far that I'd used the Contagion, I was not comboing that with anything in particular, like with the creatures. Especially on the first and second core, every time I use the Contagion, I wasn't really controlling the creatures around them. You definitely want to notice the people that are going to get affected by Contagion, and you know, kill them like that. Hit them with the creatures after you you use the thing. Like I'm so impressed. Like how did they not run out of ammo is just beyond me. I had no idea. It's like they're just that shotgun is like three ammo for every shot, I believe, and they're killing like 100 creatures per second, and they never run out of ammo with that shotgun. I have no idea how. But anyway, but you see at this point, like she's shooting my camera as well, so that core is pretty much lost. Just want to really spread the infection here. So and with Contagion should do the rest here. And you see they healed right there from the infection again. Like no idea how they're getting so many blue herbs, but you know. And still, this is another like big mistake, like right here. When they're losing time like this, you do not want to spam creatures, okay? Because by spamming the creatures, you're essentially giving them time, okay? You see 5 seconds there.
Ammirate la
They're
nostra
getting time
arma
from killing the creatures.
biologica.
Especially with the plant right there, I don't have to really hold them that much, you know?
È la vostra
So this
ultima
is a
chance.
really, you see right there, 0 seconds, and I keep spawning creatures, so they keep getting time back. That's really dumb. You
La
never want to do
delusione
that.
potrebbe influenzare l'efficacia
So
del virus.
I'm essentially
Come vi
throwing the
sentite?
game right here. I'm just trying to kill them by overwhelming them, but this, you know, when you
Splendido.
have low on time like that, that's not what you want to do. You just want to play smart. And because you know the creatures are giving them time. You see how I just took
Lasciatevi
all the time
dominare
away,
dal
but
terrore.
then again they can kill the creatures and get it back. So it's just like this constant persistent of me giving them time instead of you can tell they would have lost already easily if I didn't spawn those creatures. Like they would not even be able to get through the plant here because the plant would probably body block them. One thing I could do as well that I'm not doing here is I can control the
Cosa
creature
significa?
and play the door game. You know, like when you open and close something. There's so many doors here. I'm not doing that a single time. So that's another big mistake there. Just hugely throwing the game. Like they could have
Questa
lost
sarà la
like 5
vostra
times by
fine.
now
Sì,
just because of my
sì.
mistakes.
Questi dati sono presto. La fine è
Again,
vicina.
0 seconds, but you
Riempie il
know,
vostro
I have
sangue
too
di
many creatures
molecole
around
così
so they can get the
promettenti.
time back again.
Raduniamoci e curiamoci.
And there she goes. Right when I got my contagion, she used the damn spray there to get the infection off. So really annoying.
Prendi questo.
And there goes Jen. She timed that. She saved that power just so she could use at the door like that. So that was pretty smart. And pretty much 15 seconds is pretty much the time it's gonna take the door to open. So I'm essentially kind of low on energy here because of that.
Vi strapperanno la carne
And you see they
dalle
healed
ossa.
themselves again somehow.
Non
No idea
tollererò
how they
oltre
get
un
so many
simile
resources.
comportamento.
But again, this is like survivors. I have no idea how they do this, but they never ever
Possiamo
run out
fuggire.
of resources. It just always never cease to amaze me how they never run out of resources. But yeah, guys, they actually won. But this build is totally not beatable. Okay, like I totally fucked up there many times, as you can tell. But this build is pretty much impossible to beat if you play it properly. Just
Potrete
fix the
anche
mistakes that I
sentirvi
did here,
liberi, ma un giorno
and even if
forse
they're
realizzerete
running
che
all this
siete
stuff,
diventati
you're
qualcosa
still
di
gonna beat them,
mostruoso
okay?
e distruggerete le vostre famiglie.